Welcome back to the Threecap podcast. Another night episode. I'm struggling to breathe out here because it's quite a I see the perspiration. Like we're all sweating a little bit. We've been out here for what, maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
We're in the middle of an absolute sweltering heat wave here in Brisbane. It's about 30 degrees, humidity. Does it even say?
Heaps.
Oh no, extreme heat until 8 p.m. And
Awesome.
it's 7 p.m. So we've caught the weather. Anywho.
Riding the wave, so to speak.
Yeah. How are you? You're riding the heat wave.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's hot like the sweat. Anyway, how are we feeling other than the heat? How are we feeling?
Good. I've been cruising all week, so
Yeah, new job, absolutely
new
chilling.
job, chilling.
How about
Big
yourself?
time chilling.
Yeah, been good. Yeah.
And speaking of the heat,
Wow, what
our
a
boys
transition.
have just brung us home, and also it was a freestyle transition, no notes this week, just off the cuff, and I'm just rolling through it, just
yeah, it's,
Punching it, so to speak.
punching it through. But yeah, our boys at Heat have taken down the Sixers. I picked the Sixers to win the whole tournament. Obviously, I was extremely wrong. The Heat have just come out of absolutely nowhere, out of left field, and they've had an absolute display of bowling last night, and then they've nearly choked it.
classic.
You guys watched the game?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Michael Nisa, I don't think.
Because for some reason, they got off to a good start, but for some reason they wanted to jam some dumbass run,
And then
get a run out for no reason.
was that the very first,
Yeah,
that was the
Heazlet.
Heazlet.
Is it Hazlitt?
I don't know.
Or
But he
Heazlet?
honked it.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that
Honky.
first running. I turned it on and the collapse was already underway.
Starting,
It
yeah.
was already underway.
No, so they were going well, and then so they weren't gonna run. Then they overthrew it, right?
And they're like, yeah.
And then, no, and
but
then
then
he
they
waited.
waited.
He waited, and then he goes, actually, yo, and then got run out by a mile.
And I think the boys must have been like, here we go. Classic Heat
Yeah,
fashion.
this
choke
is-
job. And they nearly did, but Michael Nisa just slapping Curry around.
If it wasn't for that power surge,
Yeah,
genuinely,
he just started clapping them around. The other
Great
bloke at the
cricket
other end
shots.
wasn't having a dig at all. What was his name?
Baisley,
No run.
block shot city. It's not a test match.
No run. But yeah,
No run.
as you said, Michael Nisa, absolute, took it through the covers a few times, just prowess.
To be fair though, that's what Baisley probably needed to do.
Yeah, you didn't want to throw away any more
You don't want to just throw it away and chuck the genuine bowlers in, because they would have.
They
Sweep shot and
started
probably got
sweeping the
out.
spinners.
So he actually did quite a good job to stay in and get Nisa on strike.
Yeah. No run.
But yeah, he if he stayed on strike, it would have came down to the last ball.
Yeah,
So,
it's just typical Heat fashion. They just play the dumbest shots. And
like that Max Bryant shot. there's no need.
and I think what's the keeper's name? Jimmy
Pearson.
Pearson, yeah.
Another honker of a shot, and the ball just goes straight up. Oh.
They whack it in the middle of the bat and it just skyrocket.
You know what I don't get those? I've always said it about them. If their bowling unit plays outstanding, you can bet your bottom dollar the batters are going to honk.
Every
And
time.
if the batters
mate.
go out and score 220 or 210,
The bowler's going
you
to
can
suck.
guarantee that the other team's going to get over 200. And
400.
they may run it down.
It's I don't get it. I think maybe because they think, okay. I think once the pressure is on them to win,
Choke.
they can't handle it.
To be fair, though, I was listening to it because I watched a fair bit of the Sixers inning. The commentators that said the air was coming out of the ball. I think that's why the Sixers actually struggled.
Wait, what?
Something about the air coming out of the ball. That's why they struggled to hit it. I don't know how that
Air
works.
coming out of the ball or the ball getting softer.
That's the one.
And the
It's a-
wickets seem to be turning quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying. That's why the spinners had an absolute field day. Naveed had a field
Except for
day.
Kefferty at the start. He
Oh,
got
Kefferty.
absolutely whacked.
Yeah, he ended up getting two.
Josh Brown was smacking him around until
Brownie.
until
And then
he
he hit one
decided
Straight up
until he
again.
decided he'd had enough of just getting a couple singles after a while, and then
Yeah.
just smacked it in the air for no reason.
But nonetheless, that's a nice little couple droplets coming through.
Nonetheless,
The Heat are through to the decider. against the Scorchers.
And they're probably going to scorch them.
Yeah, probably one sentence. It's not looking good, Barev, for the
Yeah.
Heat. Berendorf's taking 7+.
Skippy's having an absolute blinder of a season. Scorchers is his team. The Chiefs,
Because he's gutless, the Scorchers.
Super Bowl.
What else?
Yeah, that's
The
it.
Atlanta Hawks.
They're going well.
Yeah.
They're going mean.
They're going
And Liverpool?
mean as.
Liverpool as well.
Liverpool.
Well,
Oh.
I'm Arsenal, so.
Speaking of Liverpool, did you see that they are looking to potentially sell off Mo Salah
No,
At the- at- in this summer?
Podcast,
in this coming summer, and PSG are interested.
just in
Imagine that
case.
front three.
Imagine
Just in case
that.
PSG didn't have enough
Strike.
firepower.
We're gonna go with
Neymar?
we're just gonna go with the front four. Neymar, Mbappe, Salah, and we'll just have Lionel Messi just tucked in behind.
Bit of local talent, like
Yeah.
a bit of local.
That's a local team.
Kind of a bit more local, kind of up and coming talent. It'd be good to see what they can kind of do.
What they can do together.
Yeah,
or just in their solo careers, as
Yeah,
players.
because they haven't won anything yet.
Yeah, it'll be good to see them actually prove themselves.
Yeah, all together too. They're
but,
up and coming.
no, I haven't seen that with it.
Yeah, I seen that today. I thought I'd lead on a little bit of good news.
Yeah, great news.
Yeah, absolutely loving it.
Really happy.
I understand you've got a few things for us.
Yeah,
Throw them at me
I just wanted
on
to.
the fly.
Obviously, Tom Brady retired properly.
Heard about it? Yeah. Is he actually like?
Yeah,
or
he's
is
fully
he...
retired. He won't be coming back.
Hmm.
What?
See, I thought he was gonna come back and play like a couple seasons, maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't see the point in doing what he's done.
Waste of a season, to be honest. You should have just stayed retired.
Why when you can earn another couple?
Yeah, true.
maybe.
I obviously
He doesn't need the money though. These guys.
Yeah, but
He would have did it for the love of the game because
Yeah.
I guarantee he's not struggling
so
to pay the mortgage, so to speak.
Does that put a stain on his career? Do you think?
no, not at all.
But
I just want to read to you.
the achievements.
No, not the achievements because the list will go on forever, but the by decade his numbers. Because obviously played through
What
20s.
age decade or actual?
Yeah, his age
decade?
decade. So through his 20s, through his 30s, through his 40s.
How old
He's-
is he?
he's 45, right?
45 right now.
Which is crazy.
So
No,
just
older.
just this alone, like, so in his 20s he threw for 21,564 yards, 147 touchdowns, and he won 3 Super Bowls.
Is that all?
Through his 30s he threw for 40,018 yards,
Is going to be the
309 touchdowns, 2 Super Bowl wins, 2 NFL MVPs. In his 40s, he threw for 27,632 yards, 193 touchdowns, 2 Super Bowl wins, and 1 NFL MVP.
That's ridiculous.
Now I don't know if you're going to ask this, but I'd argue that his 40s, he was playing at a more impressive level than his 30s. I know he did a lot more, but he had twice the time. What decade do you reckon it was his best? Would you go 30s?
I don't know. I think as he's got older, obviously the last year that he's just had was probably his worst.
Yeah.
But I do
But
think
he was going through things though.
yeah,
Off
there
the
was-
field.
Yeah, but I do think well, I'm not saying that it was his worst, and I'm
Yeah.
having a go at him for it. I'm just saying I think it was his
Well,
worst.
yeah.
He's pathetic.
But
Get over
the
it.
years before, I don't know. It's hard because he went to a Tampa Bay side that hadn't won and won a Super Bowl. He just took him and won. Whereas at the Patriots, he had an all-time defense. He had the best coach in the game.
Yeah.
They had, like, it was crazy the side they had. But you can sort of see when Gronkowski left, Edelman left.
Yeah, no attacking options. Or
Yeah,
anything, really.
he quickly went, my time's up, I'm out, see you later. And the Patriots are struggling. But I think they're struggling because of not only Tom Brady, but the people that have left as well around him. Their
lot of
defense is still good.
experience.
Their
Yeah.
defense is still really good, but they just can't score any points. But I think probably his 40s is his best.
The peak, yeah. Which is
Um,
crazy to peak
Yeah.
at the end of your career. And like speaking of peaking at the end of the career, LeBron We're 63 points away now. It's probably going to happen against the Thunder.
It's only two games.
Yeah. If he scores like 31 and then 32 or something. Or he scores
which
like
is
38.
highly possible.
He's averaging like
recent games because he's been getting like 20 to 26 points.
But he's due for a lazy 35 plus.
But I seen a thing today from somebody saying they think he'll sit out that game because why would you want to break it in Oklahoma against the Thunder?
I think it's in LA.
Or even why would you want to break it against the Thunder?
Just to break the record.
The following game he plays Giannis.
The Bucks.
Oh.
Kareem was a buck as well.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh,
He might set up and score 30, and then
just
a guaranteed sure thing. Yeah.
rip it right back.
And
Slam.
I was going to say that was my next question before you kind of go to your other pieces.
Yeah.
Just predictions quickly. How's he going to break it? What 3-point shot?
probably like in a
Whereabouts?
basketball game.
You're going to like get it in or something.
You probably get in the hoop.
Go. What's your prediction first? Coach.
That's a tough one, eh? Because it depends what stage of the game it is too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it's at the end of a game, it could be like a heat check 3.
Yeah.
But if it's at the start, it could be like a insane layup or a dunk.
Yeah. I want a la fuck you 3.
Yeah,
I want to bounce. I want to be looking at the ball and be bouncing that bitch and then just go.
yeah, that'll be
But
good.
what are you going for?
I think it'll. I reckon it'll be. No, I'm gonna go one of his classic fadeaways from mid range.
Baseline.
Yeah,
Baseline fade.
yeah.
That he's like been hitting those this season. What about you?
I reckon he'll drive to the rim, lay up,
Pause.
and one.
And the
And then one will break it. And then it'll be a timeout.
Yeah, and then it'll be.
Yeah.
I can't
And
wait for it.
It's
Couple
gonna
of
be
these.
crazy. Yeah.
But you know what He's obviously both heard of Nick Wright, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I know him, but
I've heard like I know him, but I don't know what you're gonna.
You know how he
say.
he loves LeBron.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
He's not even a love LeBron. He's a
He's just
He's a sports fan.
he's about a like.
He's
LeBron's
smart.
better.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And I'll show you part of this podcast I listened to when he was on it, and just everything he said, I was like, he is so right. But
He's just hitting the points.
But the greatest thing, in the same week, we could have LeBron James break the record and Pat Mahomes win his second Super Bowl in the same week.
Oh my god, what a week it is
Yeah.
for Skippy.
Wow.
And Skippy set the record for most gym appearances all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, in 2023 so far, I'm
Yeah.
leading. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's just weird because since I've been following the NBA, it's been talked about. Like when I started watching it, he was below Michael Jordan in points.
Yeah. I watched his 30,000th point.
Yeah.
When he played for Cavs, I was watching the game live at home, and I was like, okay, so 8,000. It'll take the games are. It'll take it that way. Will he even get there? Will he even get there? Fast forward like 5 years. I think that was in 2018 or something. 5 years, and we're here, 60 points away, and already people are. I think
people are
not like they're underselling it and how absolutely
100%.
incredible it is.
But that's what Nick Wright said, and like Nick Wright said when who holds the record? Kareem, eh?
Yeah.
When he broke Wilt's, because only Wilt and Kareem have
only
held it
them.
over the last 55 years.
Yeah. Before that, it was like obviously the first people to play basketball, like
Yeah,
Bob Pettit and
yeah.
Dolph Shays. Anyway.
And he said he passed Wilt Chamberlain and then played another 8 years.
Yeah. Well, he passed Wilt Chamberlain in 1966,
Yeah.
and then hang on. And I think he finished in 84.
So it must have
Is
been
that-
76.
76.
Because he played another. He kind of passed him.
Oh,
Because he passed and then played another 8 years. That's what Nick Wright said.
76 then. Yeah. Yeah, he must have debuted.
See,
in
that's
the 60s.
unreal.
And Nick
Oh, no,
Wright was
sorry.
saying,
Wilt set the first record in 66.
yeah,
Kareem got it in 84. And it's been there since 1984, which is absolutely crazy.
and he was saying, that everyone at the time was like, that's untouchable. No one will ever break that.
And it was pretty bloody close to that.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. But now everyone's coming out saying, no, it doesn't mean anything if he
Oh
scores
no,
those
but
points.
Michael Jordan.
But
But
everyone's so... The thing that's not annoying me, but getting to me is the fact that people are underselling this moment
Yeah.
for like it's nothing.
yeah,
38,000 points.
well, as he said, Nick Wright said it was untouchable.
Yeah.
It was. It took the greatest athlete humans have ever made, like the greatest athlete in human history, to break it. So it's kind of like, it kind of was untouchable. You've got this one freak of a man, 1 in a billion, like, who's 6'9", 250 pounds,
And can run to the rim like that.
played 23, 24 years.
And the record's 38,000.
Yeah.
He'll get to 40.
He's getting 40. Surely he gets to 40.
Nick Wright reckons he's 45,000. He'll get 45,000. He'll play on until he gets 45,000.
Well,
If he gets 45,000, I don't think
he
he'll be
could
touched.
still play another 2 years, 3 years.
if he's third, so at the end of this season, he'll probably be on 39,000, maybe. It's kind of nearly at the end. If he plays 3 more years, 1,500 points a season, it's like he could get close, but he might slow down. We've been saying this for how long now, though? He might slow down 5 years.
The thing is, you don't know when
Big Bro's averaging like 35 since December.
he might not drop off. Is the crazy thing.
I know. Well, there's no
But
sign
when
of
that
it.
comes, we're not going to know. That could be 4 years down the track.
Yeah, but I remember the first couple games of this season. I think it might have been preseason. There was one play where, like, typical, the old LeBron would have dunked it, but it was just a layup, and then people saying, he's lost it, man. It's over.
And he's still dropping 40.
And he's averaging
And he's
40.
come out and had his
Yeah.
Had his 38th
had a-
birthday. And
yeah.
And he's been
Crack
averaging like
season.
37 since. But, yeah, I think it's... Then we're going to sound like the people that when Kareem did it, but I think it really, truly is unbreakable once he's all said and done. 40,000 plus, like...
I think there's only one guy
At the moment,
at the moment, yeah.
if Luka doesn't get it,
Yeah.
it's going to be 40, 50 years down the track.
Yeah.
Like, some other dude has to come in and...
Because Lucas scores like crazy, man.
Yeah.
But
it's because he
But
has no one else.
but that's the other thing, right? He doesn't like
he needs to score that much for them to
yeah.
win.
So he's always going to be on the court.
And...
But how long is he going to be able to do that for?
Exactly. Is he
Yeah.
a freak of nature? Athletically, already, it's not
No.
showing signs that he's a freak of nature, but does he... and he doesn't look like he's in the best shape either, like
Nah.
right now.
No, but you think about
For an athlete, like,
You
does
think
he
about
take
Dirk.
care of his body?
you think about Dirk. He was kind of like that.
But,
Like he was a good athlete.
but Dirk was a 7-footer that shot an unguardable shot, just like Kareem.
Exactly. But Luka is kind of like same type build, just not the height.
Yeah, and Luke is younger. He's got that advantage as well. I just don't think his body can hold up.
No, neither.
I don't think so. If they don't get anyone around him, especially for like the next, especially
But
2
even
years,
if they do get people around him, then he's probably not going to score as much.
exactly,
He's going to take it away from him. So.
He'll be another 30 piece,
Oh yeah.
another 30 thou piece.
Yeah, he definitely will be.
I don't think Katie's going to get there.
How much is he on?
Too many injuries.
Oh, he's not.
27,000, 26,000,
way.
something like that.
Depends how long he plays, to be honest.
Couple more seasons.
Yeah.
But he's having too many injuries. I don't reckon he'll get to third arcs.
Nah. No, probably
He'll
not.
be hot take. He'll be done soon.
Yeah, couple of years.
2-3 seasons and he'll be done.
Couple of years he's out. But have you got anything else for us?
I do.
What do you got?
I just want to. We haven't spoken about the Chiefs winning their playoff game.
That's right, they did too. I didn't see the highlights. Convincing fashion. Just
Nah.
I actually didn't. I didn't end up watching the highlights either. I forgot.
Oh yeah. That's disappointing, mate. But no, they played really well. Just obviously you haven't seen the highlights. The Bengals, outstanding season. Obviously we're on a 10-0 run. Patty Mahomes.
Hurry up.
yeah.
Patty Mahomes hurt ankle. Travis Kelce had back spasms. We lost our best linebacker, our best
Yeah, the whole time while he's talking.
our best cornerback, our top 3 wide receivers.
Who did you have?
Three of our top receivers. We had our 2 receiver, I think, and then we were 5 and 6. A
Yeah.
rookie and a guy that's played 4 snaps in 4 years.
How many points did they win by?
3.
So it was a close game.
So we were up 13-3. We lost all of those guys. The Bengals kicked the field goal at halftime. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Am I keeping you awake?
Sorry, snooze fest around here.
Sorry, I'm just getting a bit bored.
And then the Bengals scored straight away after halftime, and instantly I went, oh,
Here we go.
Here we go. This is what happened.
Burrows.
Every time we played them, this is what happened.
Because isn't Burrows now 3-1? But wasn't he
was
3?
3-0. Yeah,
So
he
Patty
was.
Mahomes had never beaten him.
No. And I was, it went back and forth, and I got to the fourth quarter, and it was looking good. We turned the ball over, rolling downfield, and then just 4 and out.
That sounds really good.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound.
Sounds a bit.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit sussy, bro.
And we gave the ball back to Joe Burrow with 2 minutes to go, and I went,
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
he goes to
if he
Super Bowl.
he had the chance to kind of bring
yeah.
it home.
And he ended up getting sacked on a 3rd and 7, I think. Got sacked and had to punt the ball. They punted it down the middle of the field, which I don't know why they done that. Which means we could have went anywhere. And our punt returner, who was our 4th string punt returner,
Of course, they were
27-yard return. We ended up getting to a 3rd and long, and Patty Mahomes ran the ball for the first time of the night, limping up the field.
slide.
Nah, he went out over the sideline with 8 seconds to go, and one of the defensive tackles shoved him in the back, which he can't do, and got a 15-yard penalty added on, which put us in field goal range. And we
Is
kicked
that why old mate was yelling at old mate going up
seen that.
Yep.
Why'd you
Yeah.
touch the quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should show you it after this, because he was well out, and people were saying, could the refs put their whistle away? No, it was a flag. Like, it's a penalty. It has to be blown. And we ended up winning, so we're through to the Super Bowl, which is good.
So Joe Burrows couldn't bring it home, but let's just say Patrick could bring it.
But crazy for you. So the two, obviously, we versus Philadelphia Eagles in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Both teams this year records are 16-3. Both teams have scored 546 points.
Can't the Eagles?
Both teams first in their
hell?
divisions. How weird's that?
Both teams have a Kelsey brother.
Yeah.
And both teams have a Kelsey brother. And guess who both teams are coached by? Andy Reid.
In the
Word.
same season. Whoa, that's weird.
Yeah, in the same
Those ones-
season.
Whoa.
How did you coach 2 teams?
Whoa.
He's a good coach if he can get it both.
If you could get them both 16-3,
Can't the Eagles? Eagles by
Eagles
7.
Nation.
Eagles by 7.
Those ones.
Fly high, Eagles fly. Because that's
Fly,
the-
Eagles, fly.
These boys right here.
Yeah.
AFC champions.
Prediction score. Oh, not score, but who by how much?
I'm going to go Chiefs by 10.
Chiefs by 10. I had Chiefs by 10 already.
Actual?
Eagles
Yeah.
by 7. Ka-ching. Watch this. Watch this space.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
What else you got for us?
Wow.
Because I'm ready to slip into my little section once you're.
Well, I won't touch on that. I'll just do it after that.
Oh.
What is it?
It's Patty Mahomes' stats through his career. so-
Yeah, no, we don't need to either.
Yeah, well, that's the episode for this
We've
week.
already heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep
He's
sucking
already
on.
been swallowing it for the last 10 minutes, so.
I do have one thing I'd like to
Nah.
touch
So,
on. Just to bring up, not back an old topic, but an old person that we've talked about in the last couple of episodes, Dylan Brooks. You know how-
Dillbags, he's back again.
You see how we mentioned that Shannon Sharp was a pedestrian,
Yeah.
and Grizzlies have been kind of trash since then, right?
Yeah.
Well, today he's decided
To get
When-
ejected.
to get ejected with Donovan Mitchell.
I haven't seen the full. I don't know the full context.
So
I've
he
seen the
got-
kind of push and
he got-
shove.
he got
He
kinda
kind of got his
fouled.
shit rocked.
So he got his shit punched in, but no, he got fouled on the way up, and he goes down, and Donovan's picked up the ball, and he's just gone crunch into Donovan's
Right in the
nuts
old nether region.
for no reason.
Yeah.
So once again, he's just shown how much of a grub he really is,
Yeah.
and how much of a nothing player he
bum
is.
he is,
And then Donovan Mitchell threw the ball at him,
and then attacked
and then
him.
it just went
Yeah.
out, and one of the Grizzlies managers came over and tackled Dylan Brooks to the floor, so he didn't do nothing.
Because then Donovan said, "Fucking say it then," and then but Dylan Brooks said, "Well, say
If you really
something
think
then."
about it, he's really trying to just get his name in the media however he
Yeah.
can, and it's just for
And it's the
through
worst way
growth, guys.
possible. So yeah, Dylan Brooks bum of the week.
That's going to be a new thing. The bum of the week.
Coach's bum of the week is Dylan Brooks. He's won it 3 straight weeks in a row.
3 straight weeks he's won. Well, he's made the Grizzlies kind of do this motion.
Or should it be Coach's grub of the week?
Yeah, because Liam Martin will be up there.
And,
No, he's not really a grub. He just sucks.
and Tino, he's all-time grub status as well from the
Yeah.
Origin. I never
Yeah.
forget Corey Allen grub from like 2018.
What did Corey do?
He was when he was the fullback, Game 3 Suncorp. I can't remember what year, but he
that'd have
took
been 2020
he
or
took
something.
out the open. There was an open player running for the ball who was going to get the ball and score the try. He took him out, got sent off, but that won them the game. It wasn't a penalty try, but he got sent off.
So he'd done what every person
No, he's a
in
grub.
history would have done.
Nah.
Well, let's just say he wouldn't have done it if I was there.
Those
ones.
Let's just say he wouldn't be still be playing if I was there.
Yuck! That
Oh.
what a tough guy.
Fig.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done something like that if I was around there, buddy. Those
I
ones.
wouldn't have done that
That's
if he
what the
was like
old
there
school,
or something.
Old school players would have said that one.
Yeah.
I would have got up and carried on.
Oh yeah.
Those ones. Oh.
I would have got up and sent him in the next week. Huh? That hogs. Anywho, yeah, grub of the week is
Grub of the week, Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, coach's grub of the week. What? Got anything else for us?
No, I was finished. He was giving you.
Ka-ching. I'll go in with mine.
Ka-chinger.
So it was supposed to be the draft this week, but I've kind of fumbled it. So I guess it's just a one pick kind of. Well, to be honest, I was going to ask you guys this anyway, and I thought, okay, we'll do the draft, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sorry about that. I know. I knew it was going to piss him off of all people. Like, I know what he's like with this sort of stuff.
Now after running off the cuff.
Yeah.
How
So
am I meant to know?
off the cuff, coach, well, you kind of know. I was going to ask you guys, who was your childhood idol and why?
Are we going sports or just any?
Sports, your idol.
And then I do this on my brother.
Yeah.
He was like a big idol of mine.
Yeah. And then I say to you, other than him, who was your... But, yeah, who was your idol and why?
Can we start? I know he's got an answer. I need to kind of think about this because it's just been thrown at me. I'm not going first, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then these ones, just let you know I quit.
And then I go to start talking, and then you rip out. Yeah, well, my one is.
Well, I don't really care because my one is
All right, who was your idol, childhood idol, and why?
It was Benji Marshall.
Because I know that was your favourite rugby league player, but he was the idol.
Yeah,
He was the benchmark.
he was the benchmark.
And why was that? Because just brilliance on the paddock,
Yeah, the way he played rugby league,
passing,
passing,
vision,
flick
step,
pass, yeah,
speed.
step, yeah, speed. But yeah, more so his step and his flick passing. But, like growing up in Auckland, there's not too many great rugby league players. So watching the NRL, obviously not really following any Australian teams. It was the Warriors. And then when Benji come on the scene, and a young Kiwi kid.
I'm not sure if this is correct, but I think I heard this recently. Did he play NRL while he was in high school?
Oh, he was like
don't know if he was-
17, I think. Or
While he was
17,
in
18.
high school,
But a
He was
teenager.
very
but he
young.
was a teenager. I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was 18, 17 maybe.
17's wild if he played.
18?
I might
Yeah.
Google that, look that
Like
up.
minimum
Look at it right now.
18.
But yeah, just the way he played the game. Obviously Stacey Jones was up there,
Yeah.
but just the way Benji obviously played was.
And looking back
Crazy.
at it, we were talking about the caliber of rugby league players through the 2000s was kind of like lackluster compared to now. Benji, man, he was like ahead of his time, and he'd have to be one of the most like skillful players of all time. What are your thoughts on that? Would you put him
Yeah, skill wise, 100%.
like just passing and the
Vision,
stepping
yeah, he could do everything. Like obviously he played in that Tiger side, and the Tigers was who gave him his opportunity to play first grade. But I think he probably not let himself down, but he didn't win as much because he was at the Tigers as compared to someone like who won?
Cooper Cronk.
Yeah, Cooper Cronk.
Yep,
But like what he did do for the Kiwis as well, like we don't win that World Cup without Benji Marshall. We don't win the Four Nations without Benji Marshall. I can't remember what year he was the Golden Boot winner. This
2010.
international's best player. Like
2010.
yeah, he was insane.
I think he definitely, in a way, kind of revolutionized the game. Like, think about this. Grand final running down the sideline. Who the fuck flicks the ball? Like,
And at zero,
no, you got to think it's 2005 though. Dudes can barely like catch and pass a ball. You know what I mean?
And he flicks it.
Who the
on the
fuck?
inside.
and
flicks
it's the
ball?
first tackle though. It's off a kick return.
Who the fuck flicks it, man?
He was
and he's
young as-
a no look flick. Like, oh my god! I remember watching that at my nan's house, and yeah, I was,
yeah.
I'd never seen anything like it. And what's the dude who scored?
Pat Richards.
Paddy Richards, the greatest try of all time. Also, I forgot to mention the clutch draft. How could I forget Kyle Felt?
How did we forget
How
that?
could I forget that?
With
Michael
the clutch
Morgs.
moments?
Michael Morgs.
Yeah, that whole situation. That's also a choke job.
But who do you give that clutch moment to?
Michael Morgan.
Yeah.
Or,
What is the Cowboys
or
team
maybe
in general?
it's not even a clutch moment. Maybe it's a choke job.
But yeah, I think it's more of a choke job
It's
because
more
I
of
think
a
it's
choke
more.
job because
I think it's more defensive error than someone just getting completely outschooled.
Yeah, and then like
also Ben Hunt.
wait,
dropping
actually,
the
yeah,
ball.
Ben Hunt as well. Like another level to element to that choke job.
Yeah.
And because, by the sounds of it, that was
That's one of the greatest.
the Broncos game
Game
for the
games.
taking. They won it. They had won it. And Michael Morgs.
Yeah.
Anywho, we're childhood idols. I'll go before yourself. Obviously, Richard, I've had to get the man's. I've had him sign my arm. Got it tatted on my arm. Means so much to me on and off the field. Obviously, not the most skillful player like your idol, but that was like me. I was never the most skillful and gifted, but just the hard work and
Fundamentals.
Yeah, the fundamentals. But the thing is, I grew up thinking I was pretty good, and then I went to high school with then NRL, like not then NRL players, but
Now they're being
now NRL players like you got Hayes Dunster, like Jacob Loco. Do you remember Jacob Loco?
yeah. He was supposed to be the next biggest thing. And
Yeah,
just-
behavior
yeah.
and training.
But
But
was
like, he was in school, and then he'd go play Toyota Cup at night. So walking into school and like seeing him, you're like, because like last night he was playing at Parramatta Eagles Stadium. It's like, and I'm pretty sure he made his debut pretty young too.
Yeah, it would have been 19, I think.
But then going back to that, and then you had Wallabies go to that school as well. It kind of made me. It kind of put in perspective. There's levels to the shit. Perfect example is we used to play touch footy on the basketball courts before school. Jesus Christ. We'd play touch footy on the basketball courts before school. And, oh yeah, I'll jump in. Grade 8. And Jeremy Marshall King has got the ball and just hit a lazy little right. I've done the splits. Everyone started laughing at me. So, dead set. That's kind of when I realised, yeah, I'm kind of not gonna be.
I'm not going to be
Big
doing this for much longer.
So literally, that's when I kind of gave up on trying to be an athlete because you just know when you're not. I swallowed the pill early, so
Yeah.
to speak. But yeah, thanks Jeremy Marshall King for destroying my dreams.
Now he's in your favorite team.
Yeah, now he's the brother. So he's my best mate. So
Whoa. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, light little background. I was a bit of a prodigy back in the day. So,
Yeah. His pretty good.
yeah.
His is pretty good.
He hit the biggest step on me. He did. Anywho,
I genuinely don't have one.
you don't. So you grew up without a childhood idol. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Aspiration.
But like, not even like a. People want to be like a fireman or like an actor or some shit. You didn't want
Nah,
to be.
because I've just been thinking about it right now. If I had to say I had an idol, it would be. I was joking before,
Yeah,
but thinking about it now, it would be him and Reese
100%. And
because I grew up.
I thought that's why I said before. And not everyone's a sports. I would have thought yours would have been your dad. But
and dad too.
I
to
forgot
some
you had
point,
older
but
brothers, and I don't know what that's like. So
I grew up going to all their sports games.
yeah.
So I watched them play soccer,
Yeah.
and I got to run the tee
For them,
for them playing in sports teams.
and you're like,
And I used to that was my when they won the grand final for Bribey, I got excited.
yeah, you're partying with
Like
the
it was
boys.
me that won it.
You're like,
I was like, yo! But genuinely, that watching them. So I'd probably say them if it's sports, because I didn't watch league growing up, or any sports really. I wasn't into union.
yeah. But then
One of the first games that I remember watching, outside of obviously Kiwis games, was the 2011 preliminary final, and watching Sean Johnson do that, like that Benji Marshall play.
yeah, that could have been.
But that's kind of where I started watching league.
Yeah.
Other than that,
There was no
I barely watched sports.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did actually, so that's good.
Yeah. Just,
Apart from watching them play sports,
yeah. So no.
I kind of swallowed that pill when I was in when I was 7, because I played soccer and I tried to be the mantis.
Yeah,
and dribble the ball.
give us that story. I was thinking of that when you said soccer. Coach's soccer story.
I played soccer, and I wasn't the greatest. I knew it, but I just wanted to play some sport because I was like, yo, I want to be like my big brothers. So I started playing soccer. There was one chance for me to score a goal, and because there's no goalkeeper at the time, I don't know where he was, and I tried to dribble it in. I just was jogging it in.
Because you didn't want to kick it from a distance and miss it. So
Yeah.
you're like, I'll just quickly get it.
I was running the ball in, and then the goalkeeper after I kicked it, right? So I've kicked it from where they would kick a penalty, but I kicked it pretty soft.
Yeah, from the box.
And I've just kicked it. And the goalkeepers come sprinting around, saved it, kicked it down the field, and they scored after that. Literally right after that.
A 2-point swing.
So they've gone from
A 2-goal swing.
They've gone from me potentially scoring
to conceding
to them going the whole way down the field and scoring, and I was just mad.
Yeah. So that was the pill
Yeah.
for you. Well, I wasn't
decided
much older.
after
I was
that.
12 when I got sat on my ass by JMK. So
We played for Bribey, and that was a pretty fun season. But I didn't expect to come anything off that. I just wanted to play sports with my mates.
yeah, and that was a great season.
That was good. We started. Let's just say we started off up here. This was pinnacle,
Yeah.
and we won 80 to 10 or something. And I was like, "This
And
is."
then Cabo just come out of nowhere that year.
And then
They started getting A graders, eh?
Yeah, they started getting A graders. So did Kawana. They dropped A graders for the final.
And I still don't think we lost to Cabo a lot after that. But I've been thinking a lot about that season literally this week. Kawana cheated us twice.
Yeah.
I made a bit of a break, got tackled, offload, 30 metres out to Wes, goes and scores the game-winning try. I was like, yes.
Forward pass.
Forward. Brother, why would I pass it forward?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, and then the final, they've dropped literally all their A grade players.
Yeah, and another game in the season of that was twice they did it. They were ahead by a little bit. Once at halftime, caught the ball. He caught the ball. Just grubby Kawana. I don't know if they were like this in your day. Just grubby shit. Go down and pretend to be hurt for the last 45 seconds of the half on their own line.
Yeah.
Grubby ass shit, man. And they did that at full time as well. Again, just pretend to be hurt and jump down because you don't stop the clock in junior rugby league. But yeah, then they dropped the A graders
For the final.
And I played in the centres. Loki went alright in defending the old centres. My
Did
centre,
you? I thought you were second rower.
I defended in the centres
Oh,
because they had
yeah.
good outside backs and our
Yeah.
defenders honked.
We had Kai Burke on.
I had that right wing sorted. No one come past the whole day.
The thing.
They went the other way and dropped 40 on us. So
It's always the way.
We played, when we had no subs. We had one sub, and it was Dom Angelucci, and he was playing up.
yeah,
And we played the whole
work
day.
that game.
And for some reason, I was playing lock. It was a sweltering. I think it was hotter than this.
Yeah.
And I was genuinely dead. And it was almost the end of the game, and we've got a penalty, and I've taken the tap and ran it straight, and some grub has come from the side and just
Yeah,
clotheslined me.
You're running in it. You don't expect
No,
it.
but he
eh?
clotheslined. He hit me around the head.
Oh. And I bet you they didn't call it.
No, I got a penalty, but we did nothing with it because we got smacked that day.
Yeah. Literally all down that left side. I had the
Yeah.
right side covered. No, there wasn't one line break on the other side. On my
What
side.
was that?
But yeah. 40 points down that left side. But
Those were the days, though, eh? So some of those.
so good, man.
The
I was
younger,
about
like,
to
under-
go to a bit of a highlight of that because it's just so good. Like
Yeah. Go on.
that was the last game that coach and chief suited up together, and
Yeah.
it's gone down in the history books with a last minute, try. We didn't win, but what a moment that was.
And because I'd been put in the hard yards, it felt like it took me 3 years to get to the try line.
The slow-mo run.
I was on a I was on a treadmill heading to that line.
Surely there's footage of it.
There's got to be.
I remember
Someone's got the
your
footage.
mum or your dad bought the game, and I came over after the game and we were
watched it?
watching it, and then I got a classic coachy migraine and had to go home
That's a classic.
Ask
I might have
your-
to ask.
ask
I got to
your
look
mum
through
or
their
dad.
filing cabinet.
because I'm pretty sure they bought it.
Because I've got loads of.
You've got the grand final of when you first won, eh?
Yeah, and
You
that's
got cheated out the next year. That still annoys me.
That's such a good game.
Yeah, what, the first one, not the next year?
The first grand final against
'Cause
Kiwana too.
Under
They got-
14, 13?
15s.
How fun is that?
Because
shit,
they were
man? I wish I
underdogs
could go
going
back.
into that game. Because Kawana was goated.
Stacked.
They didn't beat them all yet. I think
That was the
I
first time
can't
you beat them, wasn't
I
it?
can't remember who it was, but I'm not 100%. I'm fairly certain that this was said. This is the first time we ever beat Kiwana.
First, that was
First
the
time
first, but you
that
would
ever
beat
beat
them
Kiwana.
throughout the years a little bit.
No,
Nah,
the
like
first time they
genuinely.
beat Kiwana,
Ever.
Robbie Island.
Oh, the whole
Like,
club.
Not the whole club. That
No,
that
that
age
grade.
group.
Oh my
Because
god! Throughout the ages.
they were
they were
stacked.
genuinely stacked.
What are they
You have-
feeding the kids?
You'll
up
have
there?
to watch the game.
That-
It's
that's it.
crazy.
If they were like that in your age groups, our age groups, what's the go with Kiwana? Do you know what makes them so good?
No, I don't.
But yeah, because I remember
Piss me off. Because man, I really wanted to fight a lot of those kids, eh? Just because they were. I think it's because they're clued on. They've got good coaching.
Yeah.
They'd do grubby shit like that, but it'd win them the game. And we were just all bogans from Brady Island, just running, having hit ups, no plays, or hit ups or passes to Ethan Fraser.
that was our
game plan.
That was our game plan. If we can't score, chuck it to Ethan.
Ethan's got it.
Ethan will run through the whole team.
I wonder what he's up to, but yeah, he was just so fast.
He
was
was
the fastest
so
dude in the league.
fast.
Ethan's
No,
got to give it to him.
because remember, it was against Palmwoods to get into the grand final. Remember, and I've tackled Tank, and he's done double movement. Greatest play of my life.
That's
by the way.
I think the greatest defensive play. I think ESPN
Yeah.
did a top 100, and that was number one.
Yeah.
I think. Did you see that on
Yeah, I
ESPN?
did.
And
Yeah.
then you passed it to me. I remember because someone tapped it, passed it to you. You passed to me, then I passed to Wes, and it was literally like 20 meters out from our own line. He passed to Ethan, and Ethan just went,
Oh, that's
Later.
right. Yes.
and that won us the game.
Yep. And the ball got thrown to me to kick the conversion.
And you nailed it.
No. That was the next week.
Oh.
But in training, again, another great bit of a co-captaincy move. In training, Trey Beckett, I noticed he was slotting them from that slot in training because he was different foot than me. I honked from that angle to the right of the...
Yeah.
I honked from that angle. And Trey was just slotting them. I was the kicker, but...
we were up by 6-8
Yeah.
at the time.
I was the kicker, but Trey was slotting, so I go, here, Trey, and then just ping straight over. So
Up by 8. Won us the game.
just genius, really. There's not much else I
You
can
could
say.
call it that, or you could call it not trusting yourself, not
or
confident,
or humble genius.
yeah, well,
I'd say that.
depends the way you look at it. Yeah,
I'd say
I know myself as a kicker, I never would have given the ball away, no matter where it was. But
Oh well, he was slotting them right. So, and I kind of wanted to give him the glory because, I'd made
so you could sing "Glory, Glory" to the Warrigal.
yeah, I made record-breaking meters that game.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I got us on the front foot to win the game.
Well, that
As
makes
you
sense
said, I
then.
passed the ball to
Yeah.
him, and he passes to Wes, and then Wes passes to Ethan.
So you got the
I set
try
that up.
assist. Yeah.
I set that up. So
by the way, that was like the only game we ever ran a play that we trained.
and I can't even remember it.
I remember Austin Bain scored.
The only
Bainey.
thing I remember about that game is there was a massive scrap
and Chris Austin ran and he got sent off.
Yeah.
Low key though, why was there so many fights in junior grades?
I don't know, but it was lit.
Like, and they proper
Oh.
honked too, eh?
They honk. I could imagine what these parents are thinking. Like when I
We
go
weren't
to
allowed to play Gimpy for 2 years because of it.
because of a scrap. There's just so many scraps.
And then when you played them, didn't you
Another
have another
scrap.
scrap? Yeah.
We were
The
finally,
first game, Nick.
when the league finally got allowed back in, scrap city up at Gimpy too.
And this is like under 15s.
Yeah,
That
nighttime Friday
honks.
night.
If I
So
go,
like, if we were playing right now,
Prime
we'd be
time.
scrapping.
if I go down
Prime
to
time.
the kids' games at, they're playing junior footy in about 15 years' time, and they start scrapping and they think they're tough, I'm just gonna cringe because that honks. I could imagine 50, but at the time you think so
I remember
I did-
against Caboolture.
and I
And
grabbed
your dad
my dad ran
came
on
the
because I
field.
grabbed someone like this. But then I was just angry. I don't know what I was doing.
No. It's because I got pushed. Remember?
That's right. And I was sticking up for
Coachy.
Brotec.
So I grabbed him and I just looked at him like that. And this little bogey goes, "Fucking hit me, cunt! Fucking hit me, cunt!" And then like,
What?
and like,
Oh.
but I wasn't. I was just kind of thing. And then he was doing that. So I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna fight you because what are you up to?" Like,
I remember getting slammed
And then,
from
yeah.
the side.
Dad run on
Getting
and
up.
ripped me out.
I remember getting up and looking at the guy, and I threw the ball at him. Oh, and then I can't remember exactly what I said, but I know it was something cringe. Like I would cringe at it now.
Yeah, Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, man.
We had
Can't...
to do. Remember, was it Adam Machin ran
Yeah,
ran on
oh.
and threw a head kick.
Literally head kick.
Sprinting head kick.
He was running in from the wing, and then
Yeah.
some dude was running
And he head
towards
kicked
him.
someone.
No, he missed him, but he
Oh,
went
some
for
dude
it.
was running
what
towards
was
him.
the aftermath of that?
He
Oh,
got
he
like-
got suspended for like 8 weeks. No,
no, but like, I
No,
thought
I
if
thought
it
it was
connected,
longer.
nah, it was only
Oh,
about
8
that
weeks.
long, yeah.
if it connected, Jesus Christ. But yeah,
Yeah.
good chat on
But
the
yeah.
paddock, Lockie.
Yeah,
Good.
He's-
great chat. Even in the stands,
I
great
would
chat.
say
top one
Pro-
chat all time.
I reckon he's
I
probably
would
the
rate
best.
him up there. Yeah,
Like you'd hate to have the cunt on the other team when you're
his
playing
chat
cricket.
is unreal.
Could you imagine
Oh,
like being,
cricket, any sport.
but like being out in the crease by yourself all day and you got that
And
kind of
him
yeah,
just in the
Jesus
air.
Christ, you chuck him in the slips, just he can't catch for shit. But
Argue any sport. Any sport, I would chuck Lockie in. If I needed someone to chirp, I would chuck
Yeah.
Lockie in my team.
because you got to think he's like clued in with us like dumb cunts. University degree, so he's switched on.
Yeah.
Mix those two together,
the
deadly
best,
chat.
and I think the thing that makes him so good at his shit, like his shit chat to just anyone, is that he knows what he's talking about. I
That's
cannot
what I mean.
stand it. I cannot stand being at a game and someone trying to throw chat and it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, can you just please be quiet?
At the
Yeah.
Panthers
you-
game, we went, I can see clearly now the Tigers are gone.
Oh,
Is that supposed to be a sledge or what are you doing?
Yeah, that
yeah.
honks.
Nah, going to games with Lockie is possibly one of the funniest things.
Yeah, that's why when we get our membership packs in about 17 months when they finally get here, we've got to sort out the numbers, kind of see where we're sitting, see if we can... If you give me once I get the pack and I know what kind of membership number so they know where I'm sitting, I'll go call up and I'll say, can we get an extra ticket next to us or something? Because we need Lockie's chat because he's a Dolphins boy as well. We need that kind of extra chat.
Yeah.
If we can have Lockie with us,
Yeah.
I wish he made his mind up sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, he's switched on. He knows what he's talking about. And he knows all the little, like... So, say he'll look at a team, he'll know every little scandal that whole lineup has been through, and he'll just pull that one out of the pocket and then say, have that one.
Yeah, deal with that one.
Yeah. He's just the goat chat.
Yeah.
So, we need to get him out to the Dolphins ASAP.
Definitely.
A-Rooney, so to speak.
But with that being said, are we wrapping it up there? Anything else? Because lost about 4 kilos sitting out here, was sweating my ring out.
So
I'm genuinely boiling.
I don't think we'll do a 3-cap multi because we still have last week's running due to
Oh, we can do one still.
due to old Coachy putting in his team
Yeah.
in the morning. So
I'm gonna
me and
admit
you have
that's
hit.
my bad.
We've hit.
We've hit.
I play in the morning.
Because we've got to
Mm.
wait, right? We can't have 2 running because we
Why
need
not?
to hit. I'm not going to say
We
it
gotta hit
'cause
it,
that,
yeah.
Well,
we
but
can
say
hit-
if we hit it and then next week we've the one that we would do now we miss. We can't hit a.
Yeah.
So we'll
We
hold
can
off
though. Because technically it won't count towards the missed one.
What?
We'll hold off for now.
I vote for no multi this week.
Yeah, we just need to, because I want to get that clean without any.
Yeah.
But the next one's rolling.
Just some stats here because this has just popped up. LeBron James record-breaking markets. Oh.
How
It's
much?
just the games.
How much is he paying to break the record?
Suspended for... obviously, that was today. Pelicans is paying $36 because obviously he's not going to score 63.
Yeah.
OKC is suspended.
Is that obvious? Is it?
Oh, so you can't even bet on OKC.
You
So
can't
that's
even
good.
bet there. And versus Milwaukee's $1.53. I thought it was the
That
bucket.
honks. They all kind of odds as that
Yeah.
sports bet.
Oh,
Pick your
what
game
is-
up. Pick your shit up. We have your goal.
No, all good then.
And we have your. And what about the tips for the footy? I hate that ad.
I haven't even seen it, but it honks.
Sports bet ad. Shut up. Anywho, we'll wrap it up there.
Are we,
Jesus Christ, it's hot.
Are we going with next week Friday night live draft? Is that what what we're
We
running
might
with?
have to slip the draft in, but
Are you going to make it 6?
but
You got to make it...
I had it set for 6.
yeah, as well. But because we've got so many other people to draft, we'll be recording, and then what if there's like 3 dudes picking in between each?
That's going to be
then
like
we're
that's going to be a 1,000-minute episode.
for 5 minutes, and then that's coach's pick, and then
Because you know how it
Yeah.
and then it's your pick, and then
Yeah.
my pick,
So
and
what do
then
you reckon we do then? Oh, we don't need to discuss it on here, but wrap it up.
we might have to run.
Run it straight.
Yeah, at each other. But
Let's
we'll run
get
through our
rowdy,
teams.
bruh. Run it
I'll write it
straight.
down for next week. We'll do like underrated picks. I know we talked about that before, but
Are we
We'll
going to
suss that out
decide
next week.
a draft topic as well? Because we needed... I want to do research next time.
yeah, instead of throwing it on the cuff.
On the day.
But yeah, we will. We'll
So
talk
throwing
about
up
that.
some dumbass idol like this dickhead.
Yeah, and now he's pissing me off about it.
Yeah.
But anywho, that's the freestyle episode. We've kind of gone into that idle questions. Kind of open up the personal bit of an insight into the personal lives of the panel here. So
Yeah,
About
might get a
the-
few
about-
highlights
about-
of the. Oh, see if we get a few highlights of yourself and
yeah, just
Maybe
out
maybe
onto
the old...
podcast. Yeah, if we can get that'd be cracking.
I don't think
latest
we have that
pre-try
game.
celebration.
I think I may have hit one of them as well.
You did against Gimpy.
You would have got in trouble for it without a doubt.
I definitely did, and what made it worse is I did that.
Don't tell me you fumbled or you choked.
No, and then I've done a Matt Ghetto.
Oh, not the Ghetto. Well, shout out to Matt Ghetto. He just announced his retirement today. But,
Yeah, well.
not the Ghetto dive.
I've done the Ghetto. Well, it was a cracking try,
something.
but it was insane.
Wait.
Bit of a chip chase classic. Beat the fullback.
Finger up.
Yeah,
Finger
that
finger
was
up.
a goat.
Anywho,
Yeah,
that was the episode for this week. We'll wrap it up while we. Oh, what do we got?
Little touching note.
I'm trying to wrap it up now. 6 times now.
12 hours ago, I've seen this. Lionel Messi now has the most club goals in Europe's top 5 leagues with 697.
He's already the goat, right? Messi's already the goat. He got the World Cup.
Yeah.
He got the World Cup. I know you know Ronaldo because Messi's had the better situation, but he's got the World Cup.
Yeah.
Most goals.
And LeBron James,
I-
4th all-time career.
Lucky he
assist.
won the World Cup, but I think he got helped to get there.
Ronaldo's the goat.
Well, that's another day's.
That is a can of worms for
We're
another
wrapping
thing.
it up, yeah.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.